Hello YouTube, this is my unboxing video for the Breville Juice Fountain Variable Speed or Multi-Speed. I've also heard it called the Breville Ikon. Came in the mail yesterday and I'm going to unpack it so I can have my first juice of day 6 of my 36-day juice fast. So here's what it looks like. I expect there'll be some packing material and a juicer inside. Let's see. Instruction manual right on top. Warranty information, looks like. I have to drop this on the floor. Styrofoam packing. Feels like there's something stuck in here. Oh. The pitcher, everything's wrapped up really nicely. One thing I liked about this pitcher, besides that the juicer goes actually into the pitcher, there's this froth separator on top here that helps you keep some of the froth in the container. So that'd be nice. A brush, and I think this has a flat edge to help clean out the pulp. Pretty stiff bristled, stiffer. It's longer than the the Big Boss juicer. Get this bad boy out of here. I got this one for several reasons. The main reason was the multi-speed that will help get a little bit more juice out of the greens. But you can see that it has a shorter tube than like the one Joe used in the movie. And you can see it just barely fits under our countertops, and that was another main concern for this one, having the shorter tube here. Pusher. Shoot. This is all polycarbonate, so it should hold up very well. Plus, I like that you can see through it and kind of see what's going on if you should push, faster, slower, and see how much pulp and how much juice is actually getting into your pulp trap. I think lift up on this whole thing, and that pulls out the basket with it. I've seen a lot of people trying to fiddle with catching this. If you just pull up the whole thing, it grabs the basket with it, so you don't have to mess with that. Again, same polycarbonate material. Probably will get cloudy after years and years of use, as I've seen in other YouTube videos, but like I said, I like to be able to see. It's kind of fun, makes it a little more fun. And a little rubber spout for juicing straight into tall glasses so it doesn't splash. It comes off whenever you're using the carafe or the pitcher. This basket looks fairly similar to the Big Boss juicer, but I believe a major difference in it is that this disc, I think, is titanium, which should last quite a bit longer, and yeah, so I think that's a major difference in the juice baskets. Obviously on the bottom here it's a different configuration to attach to the motor. Your pulp catcher still stuck inside the bag. You can see Joe's smiling face here from Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. Breville's an Australian company, I believe, and he's an Aussie too, so I don't know if what kind of relationship they've got, but everywhere I've read that Breville juice sales have spiked tremendously since the movie came out and has become so popular, so kudos to Joe and Breville for making that work. here's the motor. It's smaller around than the power juicer was, so that'll be nice. Take up a little bit less space on the counter than I have been using for the past, I don't know, I guess 5 days I've been using the power juicer. I guess past 2 years I've been using it, but I've been using it every day for the past 5 days. So yeah, let's get this stuff cleaned up and put together, and we'll make some juice. Okay, so I thought I'd do a little close-up of assembly here to give you a feel for how it comes together. So here's the juice catcher. Just sits down in here. You can see it's kind of made, it's got a spot, it only goes one way. Can't really mess up assembly. It has a smaller base, which I really like. And next you come in and these little alignment points, there are also arrows here, sort of show you where to line it up. It's got these 3 little detent attachments, so you just kind of push it down and it holds it in. So there's the cleaned up basket, and you can kind of see how it works, the clearance here. Actually, there's a thumb hole here for pulling it out. See, one thing I like about Breville is they have a lot of little, you can tell there's some thought put into the design. Like even the outlet. So like here, look at the outlet. It has a hole to stick your finger in to pull it out, instead of just grabbing the cord like most people do to jerk it out of the wall. So you can tell that there's a little bit more thought put into their products. Even their coffee makers and their tea makers, and they make a whole line of consumer appliances. So next thing will obviously be to put on the top. Just fits in one way, can't really mess that up. And then you've got your pulp catcher, which I'll find a bag to put this in first, but it goes under here. Oops, I did the top. So that fits in very tightly. Nice tight seal. When I tried the Big Boss juicer, the seal right here was not very secure, and so it shot kale juice all over my countertop, and it made cleanup just even that much more of a hassle. And then this part, well, then you clip this up out of the way. It's pretty positive snap there. And then it's got these nice, they're soft rubber feet down here. And you can, that'll help with vibration. This is kind of a soft tactile feel to the knob, which I'm not sure if it's going to be good or bad. It might get stuff stuck to it. I've had other products that had that same kind of rubber on it, but it definitely won't slip out of your hands if you're full of juice. And then pull this guy off to put on the carafe. So it's got that little hole there, and you can see that this juicer, it actually goes inside the carafe, so you can't get that spill that goes all over the place. Like from using the Jack LaLanne, I'd always have to have my hand here, like protecting it from juice splatter. And then when I get finished, like my hand was stained with beet juice. So this is going to be a much more pleasant experience, I'm certain. And again, very, very impressed with Breville and their engineering. Very nice product. So now I guess it's time to actually try it and see if it, what it looks like is going to be fun, actually is fun and enjoyable. Okay, so I've prepped everything. I'm ready to make one of the recipes out of the Breville instruction book. Actually, I think it's beets and carrots and oranges. Should be good for breakfast. One thing that I just started doing recently to keep as much of the pith as I could was actually using a vegetable peeler on the outside rind of the oranges. And you can see how much of the pith you get to keep. My hands are all dirty from beet peeling, but yeah, that's another thing about beets. For the first few days I wasn't peeling them, and all the beet juices were kind of really gritty and overpowering, until I saw a video that suggested that you peel the beets, and so did that for the first time today. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully it'll taste a little bit better. I don't want to have to suffer through every juice for the next 30 days. So anything I can do to make it a little bit better without losing too much of the vitamins and the nutrients would be great. Anyway, so let's get going. We're going to do the citrus first, and then we will follow it up with some beets and carrots. So let's get after it. I'm going to flip it on here, and it should start on the lowest setting. And I'm going to just turn it up to citrus. Which is right there on 2 or 3. 2 to 3. Oh, this is fun. This is a lot more fun. You can tell the power of the motor is a lot sturdier. You can actually see what's going on right through here at the grinding wheel and the basket. Right through this little spot here. The slow and steady pressure, trying to get the most juice out. Then it just shoots it around. And you can also see very quickly when you have clogs. And the Jack-o'-lane is solid, so you had to kind of wait for the whole thing to start shaking across the counter before you had a clog in there. So this thing isn't clogging at all. That's awesome. Oh, the next 30 days are going to be fun. We're making quite a bit of juice. So now I'm going to do beets and carrots. So I'll have to turn it up to 5 to the hard veg, and should get quite a bit louder, but it's required for the hard vegetables. You can see immediately the color eating the rainbow, as Joe calls it. And see how the splashing is contained with this carafe is very, very nice. If I was juicing this quickly with the Jack-o'-lane, I would have beet juice all over the place. Slow and steady pressure. And then finally the carrots. That's all she wrote, folks. Still running right now. We did get a little bit of splashing, but I think it's because I had it on 5, and it was, and on 5, the air was flowing down on this juice and shooting it back out this spout. Again, much cleaner still than the previous juicer I was using. Go ahead and flip it off here. And that's it. If you're going to use a vegetable peeler, this one from Pampered Chef is pretty handy. Just have to be careful not to catch the end of your finger on round fruits like oranges. And I guess that's about it. Let me see what we got here. Out of that amount of produce, still needs to be stirred up. But that's quite a lot, and I'm looking forward to giving that a taste and sharing some with my lovely bride, who is in the other room with the baby. So that's the Breville. I will, I guess I can show you how the cleanup looks. It's going to be hard to do with one hand, but pop this guy open, and this has some pulp in it still. You can see it right there, but it's fairly dry. Let's see. Set it down this way. Doesn't roll all over the place. Oh yeah, this is much drier than what was coming out of the other guy. So much drier than both the Big Boss Juicer and Jack-o'-lane. So yeah, very excited. Looking forward to the next month now. Thank goodness. I was getting a little worried that this was going to be awful. So immediately, and even says it on a tag on the plug-in, you've got to wash this guy right away so that it doesn't get dried up food stuck inside those pores. So that's what I'll be up to for the next 5 minutes or so. Thanks for watching. There's my beautiful juice.